Hi, my name is Mary, and I own Effin Yoga in Effingham County, Georgia. And this morning I am here with Joyce Williams, who has created Keepers of the Flame and is a breast cancer survivor. So she has been through the things that you are going through and has paired yoga with many other things to help her on her healing journey. And she's asked me to create a little bit of practice material that you can hopefully work through at home to help yourself as well. So we're going to use a few traditional movements this morning, some self-massage techniques, and some yin practice moves that are going to help you hopefully get into some connective tissues in your body that hold trauma and hold tension, but also just keep you moving and should be accessible regardless where you are on your healing journey. So if you want to grab some water, if you are on a hard surface at your home, maybe put down a towel. If you have a yoga mat, that's great. If you have a block or a pillow, all of those things are always going to make your practice more comfortable, but they're definitely not required. So you make sure you're comfortable and just do what you can. So let's get started. We're going to actually start on one end of your mat. We typically call this the top of our mat. And just start with your legs crossed, like crisscross applesauce like we do in school. And bring your hands behind you to open your chest. So we have all of these tissues across the front of our chest that just get really tight, right? We're always folding forward. We're always looking on our phone or driving. And those muscles just get really tight. So start with your hands behind you. Literally turn your thumbs out and push away from your mat to roll your shoulders to your back. And then just try to look towards your ceiling. And we're going to take 6 deep breaths to get started. Inhale. And exhale. And as you exhale, kind of sigh out, like that little that you can hear in the back of your throat or the back of your head. Another deep breath in. And back out. Four more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And last one, deep breath in and back out. Bring your hands to your knees and just kind of find some seated movements, rounding your back and then pressing your chest forward. So if you already practice another way, think cat-cow on hands and knees, so we're just doing that seated. And keep going, but maybe make it more of circle movements, around, back and forth, just trying to wake things up through your spine. One more deep breath in. And back out. So carefully come down to your back. However you get there is fine. Just plant your feet and then take your fingers and just gently massage your belly. That's a part of our body that we typically kind of shy away from. But literally use the heel of your hands, massage up, down, around. Think of your belly, all 4 corners. You want to get every single corner. You want to get every diagonal, the center, the sides. And just kind of wake things up. And then relax your left arm, take your right hand, and literally massage your left shoulder. Maybe relax your face, that entire left side. And remember, you don't have to press hard. You can even just tap. Just kind of waking things up, letting things relax. And think more of like being aware. And then do the same thing on the other side with that right arm uncurl. Just gently massage and wake things up over there. Now take a deep breath in. Reach your arms as wide as you can. And when you exhale, just wrap them across your body like you're giving yourself a hug. And if that's uncomfortable, just hold your elbows. And take 5 deep breaths here. And really pair your breath with good things. So think of only letting good thoughts come in, even though that's hard. Every single breath that you take, try to think of whether something you're thankful for, something you're proud of, something you're looking forward to, or something that you are letting go of. That's a positive thing too. Deep breath in. And back out. 4 more. Bring your feet together, let your knees gently open, and then think of your arms like a goalpost or like a cactus, and let them open to the side. So hopefully when you were kind of massaging things a second ago, you got the tension across your chest to ease a little bit. If not, take your fingers and try to make things feel a little bit more relaxed now. You can use that right hand to massage across the left side, and then the left to massage across the right. Think about really opening your body. So once you get your arms relaxed, you might need to snuggle your shoulders back a little bit. It'll feel like you're kind of puffing your chest up. Let your belly be soft. And then really let your hips open. We hold so much tension in our hips as well. So we've opened up our chest. Now let's open up our hips. If your low back lifts a little bit, okay. You can put a pillow or a blanket underneath you. But just let things naturally feel how they should. Don't worry about pressing your feet together. Don't worry about pushing your knees down to the mat. Just open up and then close your eyes, and we're going to come back to 6 breaths again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And one more where you are. Deep breath in. And back out. Bring both feet to the mat. Take a deep breath in. Reach your arms overhead. Stretch. If you can't do that, then again, maybe hold those elbows. Or even just bring your hands by your side and push into the mat. But something that helps you feel connected and grounded. Close your eyes and then just stay there. Really firm your feet against the mat. Focus on your breath and trying to feel one with the floor. Think of being rooted down. Nothing can pick you up. You are that secure. 3 breaths. Relax. Hug that right knee into your chest. Don't worry about overstretching. Think about your back. You want to literally pull that knee into your chest so all of your low back is kind of rounding towards you. You can just kind of stretch out and ease open. So if that feels fine, you can stretch out your left leg. Again, you have 6 breaths. If you want to go further, you can guide that right leg over. If you get tight and need to roll onto your side, that's fine. Start there. Literally just let your body relax. But maybe you can keep opening up through your chest and try to take your right shoulder behind you and just let things ease back open. And this twist is really good for kind of breaking up and lengthening your side. So you have a few options there. Get acquainted with touching your body. So use the heel of your hand and think about, we want opposition, right? So we're trying to pull the shoulder back and push the hip away. You can literally do that with your left hand. Kind of hook the heel of your hand into your hip crease and just gently guide that leg down. And then maybe like we've been doing, take your fingertips and gently press your shoulder back to the floor. And if you get there and that feels fine, then take your fingers and literally just kind of run them up your ribs. Almost think like you're playing a harp, like just like a little plucking kind of motion, just kind of moving them across your rib bones. Take a deep breath in and come to the center. Let's switch sides. Plant your feet. Always think of coming back to the center, creating symmetry before you go to the other side. Coming back into balance. So taking those 3 deep breaths, feeling rooted in the middle. Arms overhead, feet into the mat. And also remind yourself that you control your breath. So don't let things get hasty. Don't let them get rushed. Slow them down. Gently hug the left knee in. Remember, you're stretching that low back, pulling it in. Maybe stretching out the right side. And then take your time wherever you're going to go. You may stay right here. You can also guide that left leg across. Remember, if you completely roll to your side, that is okay. If you start to peel open, that's good. If you want to push your hip down or your shoulder back, those are all good things. But listen to your body, kind of figure out what you need. And just take your time. Carefully come back to the center. Hug both knees into your chest. And just stay here for 3 breaths. If this is too much, maybe hold underneath your thighs, or even just let your knees come to your chest, or stay grounded in both feet. 2 more. Rock your way up. Again, cross your legs, and before we come to hands and knees, just gonna kind of move side to side. So think of stretching one side, but keeping your body grounded. So not letting your bottom poke up off of the mat, just really moving with your breath. We just had that nice twist where we were kind of opening up through all those muscles across the ribs. So trying to just let them move a little bit more. Go each way one more time. And then however you get there, come to your hands and knees. So this will be about the most strenuous that we'll do this morning, or whatever time of day you have. But you should be able to really engage every part of your body just from being on your hands and knees. We don't have to do tricky postures. You literally should be able to firm your hands against the mat. And just like when we were lying on our backs trying to ground down and press down that way, you should do the same thing here. So deep breath in. We're going to take 5 deep breaths. And if this gets to be too much for you, Then do something else. Move to child's pose or come back to seated. It's always thinking about the purpose of what you're doing. And the purpose of this is for us to just ground down, to focus on your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Press back to child's pose. You can bring your knees wider. You can bring your arms in front. You can also just bring your hands around and rest the side of your face. You can hug a pillow and literally just kind of round yourself back. With child's pose, it's exactly like it sounds. It's a time to just help you feel kind of safe, curled into a little ball, and relax, right? When we're children, hopefully we don't have a lot of stress on us, a lot of responsibilities, things like that. So this should be a time to really just kind of coil back and go back into a headspace of having less to worry over, less to stress over, less to even feel. And just kind of let your body release and round through your spine. And let's take 5 breaths here. Come back to your hands and knees. This time, that same grounding down through your hands, but we're adding that ease of child's pose, and then that back and forth movement that we did seated earlier for that cat-cow stretch. So deep breath in, looking forward. Think about shining your chest forward. And then exhale, rounding, really trying to stretch your back. And if that's too much, this can be super subtle, right? Our spine moves back, forth, side, side, all the way around. So this can be as big as you'd like to take it. Deep breath in, full breath out. 2 more. Last one. Bring your body up so that you're kneeling. Again, if seated is better, then go there for you. But just start to move side to side like we did when we were sitting down, all the way. Trying to open up through the sides of your body. If moving feels better for you, sometimes we feel stuck. And so holding a stretch gets really uncomfortable and actually puts more tension into our bodies or our shoulders or wherever we're trying to stretch through. So just keep moving. I like to think of my body like a jar with a really tight lid. If I warm the top up, maybe like with hot water, keep kind of trying, eventually the lid will inch open instead of just trying to pop it off in one turn. So keep moving if that's good for you. Otherwise, bring your right arm over and literally just think about letting gravity kind of weigh you to your side to create space. We'll take 3 breaths. Remember, you can keep moving if that's better. And maybe you have a lot of flexibility, you want to push your fingertips into the mat. But just kind of see where your body takes you. Inhale through the center. So remember that you can keep moving side to side if that is what helps things open up for you. But you can also just hold one side. So the next time that you reach over, just kind of let gravity do its thing. Imagine this bottom hand is really heavy. It's pulling you over. Just relax. Try not to force yourself to stretch. Maybe your fingertips meet the mat. Maybe they don't. But just relax. Let's take 3 deep breaths. Inhale through the center, we'll switch sides. Same thing. Keep moving if that's better for you. Otherwise, just let your body kind of drop to the other side and relax. And then coming back to the center, bring your hands to your low back. Act like you're trying to stick your hands in your back pockets. Don't worry about pushing your hips forward. Instead, really push your feet down. Move your shoulders back. Pull your elbows together and just lift your chin. Deep breath in. 3 breaths. One more. And carefully release. So coming to hands and knees, if you have your own practice or you feel that down dog is suitable for you, then you can go there. But think about giving yourself 5 breaths to just really kind of amp up your energy. I think this would be the high point of your practice this morning because we're not going too intensely. But thinking about really forceful exhales of breathing in something that feels good, even if it's just the idea of breathing in feeling good and exhaling feeling bad, or anything that causes stress to you in your body. So hands to the mat, either firming up your belly and thinking about pushing down through your hands and your feet, or downward facing dog if that's better for you. And make these breaths loud. Make sure that you can hear them. Whoever is in your home or around you should hear you breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. And last one, deep breath in. And back out. Bring your knees to the mat if they are not already, and then find child's pose. Round your shoulders up, have a seat. And if sitting with your legs crossed is more comfortable for you, then go there. Otherwise, try to stay kneeling. It's just a way of letting us stay aware without getting too uncomfortable. Usually if we kneel, we'll sit a little taller than crossing our legs, so we'll kind of get too comfortable and slump down. But if that is better for you, then go there. And then think about your breath and trying to pair your breath with something physically, right? Things we can usually see, or some idea of something you can actually feel. If we pair our breath with physical things or emotional things, it's really powerful in helping us receive and release certain emotions. So think about things that you may be feeling now and how you can embrace the opposite or release what is no longer serving you. So think of emotions that are really heavy and how you would release them. What would be something that would come to mind?
So letting go of that control, letting go of some of those intense emotions like fear and grief. They might our strength and let go of control of all the things that are going on that we
Have no control over.
exactly.
And I would say letting go or fear is huge. Control is huge. You know, we are, especially as women, if you are a female, or maybe you, whether you are. So we're gonna do that church chat we just had for the third time.
Letting go of the things you can't control.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'll splice it to say something like, "Come to a kneeling position." Okay. So come to a kneeling position. If taking a seat with your legs crossed or some other way is better, you can get there. But we're gonna really try to pair our breath with either physical or emotional things that we have felt or can actually think of, feel, put our hands on, have felt before or are trying to work through now, and pair it with our breath to try to just let things go, let them release, or maybe feel a little bit more control over them. So what are some things that might be going through your head in this situation?
All the things that you can't control, like letting go. I can't control when the doctor's going to call me. I can't control like what's going to happen, how my body's going to respond to treatment. Just all the things that you can't control, let go of them, and then inhale that strength and resilience. But I can control my breath. I can control this one moment. I can put on my fuzzy socks. These are all things that I can think of that are things that I can actually do. I can control and then let go of all the things that I can't.
Okay, so we're going to think of actually pairing breath with those things. And maybe your mind runs away and you have all of these ideas and you need to just kind of take a minute and pause here and take 30 breaths. But we'll give you a few ideas if you feel a little overwhelmed or like you don't even know where to start. So relax, maybe even shake out your fingertips. People breathe in different ways. I personally like to pretend that I'm tracing my breath because we breathe from the bottom up, like we try to lift through one diaphragm, up through the other, and then push it back the other way. So you can breathe with your hands that way. You can just rest. You can bring your hands to prayer. You can also bring your arms up and down like you're scooping something up and then pushing out whatever doesn't serve you. Closing your eyes is a great way to kind of just see what you feel, what you need, and how you breathe best for you. So relax, shoulders back, sit up nice and tall, close your eyes, and let's take 10 deep breaths together. Inhale. Exhale. On the next breath, breathe in and think of really filling your body with peace. However peace feels or you think it would feel for you. And when you exhale, think of breathing out stress. On the next inhale, think of breathing in relief. So letting stress and strain relieve off your body. And then exhale that stress and that strain. On the next inhale, think about breathing in joy. Even if it is something small like your fuzzy socks or the fact that it is not raining today, just something that brings a smile to your face. And on the exhale, try to breathe out grief or sadness. On the next inhale, think of breathing in balance. So just when, like a really good day when everything feels like it's going right. And on the exhale, breathe out chaos. Give yourself 6 more breaths, trying to find that good on the inhale, and then just let something go on the exhale. 5 more. one more deep breath right where you are. Really think all the good things. The best feeling you've had all day. And exhale. So open your eyes. Remember, anytime you're feeling stressed, you can control your breath. Our inhales typically give us energy. Our exhales typically help us feel a little bit more relaxed. So keep that idea in mind. And if you really need to find some peace or some relief, just have a seat and come back to your breath. So let's start to wind down. Come down to your back. However you would like to get there, and then Shavasana is up to you. Traditionally, we just completely rest. We stretch our feet out, we bring our arms out, but that can feel really open and really vulnerable. And if you're in a more closed off space, taking a smaller shape or walking your feet back, bringing your hands to your body, all of those things still work. So find a resting pose on your back that works for you. And then come back to just gently kind of pressing around your body and letting things go. Tapping is a really great way of helping yourself calm down, of feeling like stress or emotions you don't understand are kind of dispersing. So think about taking your fingers and just tapping along your collarbones, your forehead, your temples, your jawline, your chest, your arms. And if you don't like the tapping, then just maybe rest, let your hands be heavy. But give yourself about 10 seconds, so maybe another 3 or 4 breaths. So just kind of work through any tension that's left in your body. And also bringing your hands, your awareness, your actual physical touch to your own body. It helps bring some appreciation to your body, right? What it can do, what it is feeling right now, what it's capable of. And then let your arms rest by your sides or overhead and find that final rest.